Hello and welcome to the trade setup. Today we're looking at Tesla, where I want to present a few scenarios that I have prepared. And firstly, I want to show you the most likely that I find, which is the orange scenario, where we finished a wave 1 here in June 2017, a wave 2 down here. Now we would be in the first wave 1 of wave 3, with wave 2 in the making, with an overshooting wave B, which is the scenario I will consider most until we either break above the resistance here for wave B or below the support for the wave C. However, this is one of the scenarios. I would also like to show you the yellow scenario, in which we still have 3 waves up, as we do in all of them really, but instead of having wave 1 finish here, I would have this wave A that finished here at the end of the third wave, followed by a possible 5-wave move up in wave C. This last move could still be the same case as with the orange scenario, where it's a wave B, an overshooting wave B that has not completed yet the wave 4, so wave 5 could, in yellow, could actually extend a bit higher. The problem I have with this scenario, however, is that in the first wave we only have 3 waves up, and in the third wave, which would be this one here, I would best count it as 5 waves up, which makes this not applicable for Elliott wave theory. I guess I could somehow count it as a 3-wave up, but it's not looking ideal, and that's the reason I find it less probable. I'm not dismissing it, it's still a possibility, and for this case I can only provide you so far with the support zone that would be for wave 3 here at the earliest. This is the first line of defense in case we did not finish the 5th wave. If we did, we could actually go much lower and consider the 2nd wave for this. Hold on. So the idea is that if wave C completed here, we would actually be looking at the white scenario afterwards. Let me just move away the yellow scenario for a moment. And in the white scenario, what I'm looking at is that wave A finished where wave 1 in orange finished, and then we had the wave B where wave 2 was, and then the wave C up in 5 waves. We do have the 100% extension for this, actually makes it quite sound, the scenario, but it's basically the idea that instead of this being a 1-2-1-2 setup, that it's actually a larger A followed by a larger B correction before we would move up in wave C, and this would be the last scenario that I would actually consider, because we would have to actually break the support zone, at least for the yellow scenario, if not for the orange scenario as well, before we would even realistically consider that this is the most likely case. So now on the shorter time frame, all these don't really matter, because the idea is still that we have this move down, that it was first in 3 waves, in wave A, up in B, and down in C, that is yet to come, and that is what we mostly need to track right now. Of course, I'm not excluding the possibility that we actually go higher from here, where this was probably something like an A, B, C, where this was the wave 1 and 2 in C, but it's all very corrective and it's not my preferred scenario, as long as we are below the resistance at around $692. So what is the immediate resistance after the supposed top for this wave B? Well, we can draw the retracement here for this move down, which if we look closer on the smaller time frame, could maybe be considered 5 waves down, but this fifth wave did not reach any target for what a fifth wave would need. It would really be very limited in that way, but still I would like to provide you with the resistance, which would be up to $409. So as long as we stay below $409, we should look for lower. And what I am mainly looking at, considering that actually in this move down we have the 1, 2 complete with wave 3 on the way, 4 up and 5th down afterwards in wave C. I'm gonna mark this also as orange and make this a little smaller. So if this wave 2 did finish here, did complete, we can look for a target of around $117, ideally around that, but the idea is that it's not 100% clear if we can consider this low, the low in wave 5, or we should actually be looking at this low. Changes it slightly. If we consider the higher one, we would look at $120 target before we finish the third wave. It doesn't need to get there, but that's just the ideal target. I am looking forward though to completing this correction, at least to the halfway point on the third wave. For the fourth and the fifth wave is not always guaranteed, so if we actually get around this area, it would be a little lower than the ideal extension for the third wave, but longer is fine. It doesn't affect the scenario at all, and it doesn't change any, doesn't really bring any problems. That's the idea. But yeah, if we get around $107 in these zones, it doesn't matter if it's the yellow or the orange scenario. They still apply, they both apply, and they're both great entries. So this is the trade setup. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think and what else you want me to cover. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.